I've been sitting there this whole time trying to figure out, okay, how do I stay away from this microphone? And those of you who know me, this is what I do for a living. This is not what I ever expected to have to put together a plan. And I've been trying to figure out, how do I not say anything about my son who was gone, you know? We had a special relationship, a special bond, because of what he does for a living, being a chef and a cook, and me being an event planner. So we were always talking about events, and he would always come home and try to figure out how I made something. He said, "What you put in that?" I said, "I'm not telling you." Because he could cook, but he couldn't cook soul food like me. And he always wanted to know how I did something, but we always had this special bond around both of our careers. And he was sweet, he was loving. You know, when I look around the room, it was interesting to get that proclamation from Rainbow Push, because Eric loved everybody. Look at this is a rainbow in this room, you know? And we moved here to Evanston from Rochester, New York, and he took off. It was almost like I didn't see him anymore. He had a group of friends, many of you sitting here, Dan and folks won't come up. And I know it's hard for me. But it was almost like I brought him into this world, but then he became something to everybody else. I mean, he was around the country. He was all over the place. This summer, what is so hard for me is that as a chef, as a cook, he learned on his own. You read that in his obituary. And he taught himself, and others taught him, like Norman Bolden, who's walking in the back, who allowed him to work in his first restaurant. But he took that and he ran with it, you know, all across this country. This summer, he was with the PGA Golf Championship, cooking in every city imaginable. And I have texts from every city that he was at. He took a picture of every hotel and said, "Mom, this is where I'm at now. I'm in Boston, I'm in Memphis." He was all over, cooking for Tiger and people like that. And we didn't publicly talk about each other, so it's wonderful for me to hear that Eric talked so much about me and his brothers. We didn't. You know, we're a small family. You know, I probably never talked publicly about him. There's still some people who know me that said, "I didn't know you had children." You know, but we had a tight-knit family. We were very loving. But, you know, it's hard to say goodbye. It truly is hard to say goodbye. But I wanted to say something. I want to thank all of you for coming out. Some of you wanted to speak, and some of you, and I think it's the guy with the hat. I'm looking at you. Come up here with me. Come up here with me. He has some really, really good friends. Dan, come up here with me. He loved you guys. Peter, without Peter, I could not have put this together. We could not have done this. These are the guys. Hello, okay. These are the guys that he talked about the most. And when Eric passed, some of you may know he passed on November 9th, which was my birthday. It's the most difficult time when I found out that morning on the 10th from a number of people who were reaching out to us from LA, finding us through social media. It's my niece, Mumsy, here. She hates that I call her Mumsy, but she's Rashawn, that they found through Facebook, and that's how we were able to find out about what had happened to him. Still don't know what, but I was driving down Michigan Avenue when I got the news. And a group of about 10 of my friends gathered and were there with me all day, comforting me as we found out all the details and talk to the coroners and everything from LA. Very difficult time, but I wanted these guys to come up because they have been my strength, you know, calling and texting, asking me what can they do, where can they help. Peter put this whole thing together. We found this church together because I know my son. I asked my sister to sing the song she sang. It's Gregory Porter, because when I heard it the first time I loved it, but I didn't understand what it was about. And if you looked on the back of the program, the lyrics are there, and it was exactly how I felt about the way Eric lived his life. And then 2 days after he passed, I'm watching some crazy television show on MTV, and the man is there singing this song. And, you know, Eric didn't meet a stranger. He didn't meet a stranger, you know? So, you know, he'd go to the alley. You know, he wanted to know who the afflicted ones were. He loved everybody, you know? And he loved these guys who were standing here, and I'm gonna make them say something.
I was not expecting to do this here. I probably know Eric the least out of all of you in this room. I've only known him since August. The day I met him, he changed my life. He was just so beautiful. My condolences go to you and all of you that have known him for so many years. I traveled with Eric. I've been traveling with Eric since August. We've been everywhere from New Jersey, Boston, Atlanta, New York. So when I got a contract in LA, he was my first call. He says, Eric, I'm gonna come soon see you. My plane hadn't even got to the gate yet, and we had been already making plans to go. And the moment I dropped my bags off, I met up with him, and one of the best days, before any of this happened, I always explained it as one of the best days I've had traveling. It was side by side with him, walking along Venice Beach. And that evening, we were just sitting, talking about every one of you in the room. He was talking about family, his son, just everyone here. And I felt like I learned so much about you that day. And to say goodbye to someone like that, it's just so hard. It's just so hard. And I'm so sorry for every one of you. But he was so beautiful. He was so amazing. He changed me for the better in my life. So, thank you.
So a lot of you guys have known Eric for about as long as I have, since high school. We've known Eric high school, in the 20s or 30s, 40s, and he was always there. He would always call. He would never wrote though. And he moved up to college with Ben and I, and you know, he wanted to be around his friends all the time. He was a really good guy, and it'll be very hard without him, and we're gonna miss him.
So quickly, as we close out, I want to acknowledge Reverend Vernon Clark, who's been the minister of music this morning. Thank you very much. For those of you that came late, we will write you a detention. He told me that, and so please make sure that you visit Vernon Clark. For those of our classmates. And then afterwards, we have DJ Corey Bless, who's going to be playing some music. For those of you that came in late, just again, the repast will be here immediately following the service, so the family invites you to join them in the back. There's plenty of food and drink, and again, this is a celebration I believe Ben. We have Ben after who's going to say something. And I think the DJ will have a mic, so it's appropriate for those that are moved to say something afterwards. We may be able to make some arrangements for that. And now I want to, after Ben, the Reverend Jenkins is going to come for the final viewing of the body, followed by the blessing of the food. And I look forward to fellowshipping with you all after the service. God bless you.
I don't have anything prepared either. My name's Ben Gottlieb, for those of you who don't know me. Eric and I were very close friends. I remember when Mary and Nate and Eric moved to Evanston first. Nate and my brother were pretty much best friends, and I met Eric shortly after that. And Eric was a very special part of my life and all of our lives, all of his friends that are here. When I moved to Madison with Dan, Eric moved up with us. He was our first roommate. And
He thought he could play basketball.
and various times over the years, that was 26 years ago, Eric was a free spirit, as he said, and moved around and tried to find his place and lived with me a number of times over the years, in different houses, different circumstances, and everybody in Madison loved Eric, and always looked forward to him coming back to visit. We had dinner 4 months ago or so when he was in Chicago. He came up to visit. And one of my friends said something to me that really resonated and was really true. He said, Eric has more charisma than anybody I know. And Eric really, truly was, I think, the only person I ever knew that could walk into a room of people and start talking to anybody. I often told him, I'm in sales, and I often told him he should go into sales. But I loved him and as a friend, and through good times and bad, he was very supportive. I went through a few very difficult times when he was living with me, and he was always there as a friend. And now I'm here to support him in a difficult time, and I'll miss him. So, thank you.